In India, I grew up in a middle-class family. I believed in the Sikh religion because I was born in that religion. It was my mom and dad's, so whatever they taught me, I followed the steps. When I was in 4th grade, the people gave us some tracts about Jesus, so this is the first time I heard about the Jesus in my life. After that, there's nothing I have ever heard from the Jesus in my life. Then I got in America in 2007. I started working in a convenience store, and one time I had a lady, she always goes to the cowboy church, and she tried to give me her daily prayer. So at that time I felt like Jesus wanted to talk to me.
During Christmas, I stopped at a convenience store and was getting a cup of coffee, and that's where I'd met my wife, Jaspreet.
First time I met the Lewis, it was 25th December, and it was a Christmas day, and he was at the convenience stores.
I was able to get her name, and she said she had a MySpace.
One day he tried to find me on a MySpace, and he did, and I confirmed him as a friend out of nowhere.
I wanted to take her out on a date, and she had said that the only time she had, because her parents wouldn't allow her to date, they did arrange a marriage inside of her culture. And so what we had done was went for a late night bowling.
It's just like it was a God's wish, or whatever you can say. It was meant to be like that, so I started talking to him, and finally he proposed me, and we got married.
Once Jaspreet and I got married, I took her to church a few times.
In our churches, we just like listen to the preacher, but here they want you to sing for the God. So when you sing, you talk about the God, make you feel like, yes, you're into a God. First time I started singing in this church, and I like it. Lucy's mom invited us to the park on a Wednesday night. It was like just a get-together. So we met the preacher at that time, and they were really good people.
And the minister said that he would like to have some studies with us.
When my husband Louis asked me to do some Bible studies with him, as I told you, I already was interested to know about the Jesus. So right now I get a chance to study Bible with him, so that was a really good point. I don't want to miss that.
Before the studies, she was still had a lot of hurt and angeriness towards her relatives, and towards all the abuse that she had to endure. When we started these studies, and it seemed like each time the minister would come over and would finish a lesson, she had a bright light about her. She seemed really inspired and intrigued of what Jesus did for us, and she was really motivated from every lesson.
I can feel the change in me. I was like a shy person, don't want to go and meet nobody, but after those Bible studies we meet new people, had a small group, and it kind of brought you some change.
I could see that my wife was battling accepting Jesus as Lord of her life because of the religion that she for so many years believed in due to her parents. And so I had the church pray for her so that she would be more accepting to Jesus Christ. And towards that last study, when it come time to, choose, do you want Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior? And she looked up and said yes. I kind of got quiet at the table, and I almost teared up and cried. And
when I started doing the Jesus studies, and I started get to know what actual stories we had in that book, and showing how we can follow this Jesus path and we can meet the Jesus one day. This inspired me to just go ahead and follow the Jesus the way I want to, and I like that. So
once she was baptized, an instant peace went over her.
God tried to talk to me, Jesus tried to talk to me, send me those pamphlets. Then the lady showed up at my work and tried to talk to me about the God. And then I met the Lewis, and he's in the same Jesus follower. So that's definitely, there's a God's plan to try to bring me under his path and try to ask me to just go ahead and follow Jesus the way he wants me to. So